Oh my God, I have no idea how far along I am. Okay, give me a sec, yo. It's my 25-week bump date. I really thought I was further along than that, but guess not. So, if that was any clue, 25 weeks was pretty uneventful. I feel like I could do this bump date in like 30 seconds, but I'm not gonna, because I'm gonna find random stories to talk to you about. I gained and you will run away. So by the end of 25 weeks, I had gained a total of 10.5 pounds. If I continue to put on a pound a week, I will top out right at 24.5 pounds, so I'm pretty happy about that. I don't think it's gonna be an issue like at all, especially now that I have more appetite, but I would say that one of my primary symptoms is, so if I sit down for too long at a time, I feel really weird and I just get really uncomfortable and I have to stand up and move around. That started, I guess, this week. And I went to the DMV to change my name officially. I was sitting at the DMV and I had to stand up, and really just, I didn't have to like pace or anything. I just had to stand up, and I'm sure I looked super stereotypically pregnant. Like stretching my back like this. Anyway, I'm trying to do prenatal yoga every day. I don't know, maybe that's helped. I would say that between the prenatal yoga and studying Hip for Hypno Babies, it's probably relieved some of my symptoms that I would be having otherwise. I'm sleeping pretty well. I don't know. So we got an essential oil diffuser. It was recommended, or not necessarily recommended in Hypno Babies, but they said, you know, you can use an essential oil diffuser, and it kind of helps, you know, especially with the sensory memory, getting you into self-hypnosis every time. And then if you bring it with you to the hospital, then it'll be even easier for you to get into your self-hypnosis. So that was pretty cool. So I got one of those, and we've been using it before bed and during Hypno Babies. And I don't know if that's been helping, but I listen to my Hypno Babies when I go to sleep. I'm sure that helps. I'm sure all of it helps, and I've been sleeping pretty well, so that's pretty cool. Like I said, I guess the only symptom is that every now and then I get a little bit uncomfortable, and I find that if I either stand up or bounce on my birthing ball, then it helps. I mean, you guys, that's really it. Last night, my husband, I guess he's been reading his Dude, You're Gonna Be a Dad book that I bought him, and he said, I read that I'm supposed to read to the baby. I guess he, you know, knows now that the baby will recognize his voice in addition to mine. And so he got really, really close to my belly and was like, I think I'm gonna read it Sports Illustrated or the Wall Street Journal. And I was like, oh my God, okay, so why the Wall Street Journal? He's like, so it'll come out really smart, of course. I was like, of course. I honestly haven't really been having a lot of Braxton Hicks this week. I think I've been trying to stay more hydrated, and especially when we're like out in heat and everything, I make sure that I bring a lot of water. So those have been really minimal. I do get this sort of like very minimal cramping kind of feeling, but it's low. It's like only where you would have period cramps. And I know my uterus is like basically up here now, but it's weird, they're just down there. Whenever I Google it, I terrify myself because it's like, that's a sign of preterm labor. Jesus Christ, okay. But then I read into it, and they have to be pretty strong for that to be a sign. So for a while there I was absolutely terrified. And speaking of terrified, so one thing that actually did happen this week is I was going to sleep, and the baby's really, really active when I'm trying to sleep. Of course, thought he was gonna be on my schedule. He is not on my schedule. So I was going to sleep, and I felt this like vibration, like in my belly. And I was kind of like, it's weird, but I didn't really think too much about it because I just hadn't felt it before. And then I was like Googling it because I was thinking, I'd read this article about this woman who was pregnant with this baby who had like seizures all the time, you know, had just horrible health issues, and it was so sad. And I started thinking, oh my God, what if my baby has seizures all the time? And then I started freaking out. And of course I Googled a lot which sometimes makes you feel better and sometimes makes you feel worse. Turns out that if the baby stops moving after like a really jerky, kind of crazy movement like that, then it could be a seizure. But if he's just like moving like normal, then he was probably like kicking off the umbilical cord on his foot. Or, you know, like when you're exercising and you're working a muscle sort of past what you're like able to do at this moment, you get kind of shaky like this, little, you know, happens to me a lot. Apparently your uterus is like contracting and working so much that it can be your uterus doing that. That's what I read. Someone's doctor said. I don't know. Either way, I'm not really stressed out about it because he didn't stop moving right after it happened. It was weird, but it could have been anything. We're like no closer to naming the baby. I want to name the baby. My husband taking a sweet ass time. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, 25 weeks was pretty boring. I'm getting close to the double-digit countdown where I have less than 100 days left before the baby's due date, which is kind of scary and kind of exciting because I feel like we have a million things to do. And I'm excited to meet the baby, so scary and exciting. There, for you. This bump day was like super boring. Oh, here's my bump. Cool, largish. That's really it. That's it. That's all I'm gonna talk about. There's really nothing. I feel pretty lucky. I like have no symptoms. That's it. Stay gold. Stay gold till next time. And you should subscribe because I swear there's gonna be like more exciting stuff happening soon. I anticipate it. Yep. Bye.